Next time they shine your light in the sky, don't go to it. The bat is dead. Bury it. Consider this mercy.
Tell me. Do you bleed? You will.
Okay, I'm doing another streaming on, well, this time comics. Uh, I love comics, and one of the few uh, really good comics I read back in the day was this one, Batman versus Predator. This was the first of a three-issue miniseries, and this was the first time these two characters met. Now, issue one, part one, featured volume one is from DC and Dark Horse, featuring the battle between Batman and the Predator. The art, interior art, was made by the Kuberts, Andy and Adam, while the writing was done by Dave Gibbons. So when I first read this, I was really blown away, since Batman and Predator were uh, favorites of mine. I watched Predator 1, the first Predator movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger. I can't count how many times I watched that film. And this was done in January of 1992. So I'm gonna look for something else to share. Okay. The first issue was released in on December 1991. Uh, the overview is the hunter becomes the hunted as Batman, Earth's ultimate detective, is pitted against Predator, the galaxy's most ruthless hunter. Neither is known for their ability to compromise, assuring readers a breakneck pace three-issue series. That was, yeah, saw that was issue one. The cover was done by Chris Warner. Then the next issue, yeah, another cover by Chris Warner. You see the Predator without the helmet, uh, giving Batman a hard time. This the cover date was January of 1992, and the last issue, the final showdown, with the cover by Chris Warner. We have a bat Batman armored suit, um, battle against the alien predator. The final showdown takes place in the Batcave as the wily predator hitches a ride on the Batmobile. Batman versus Alien, it isn't, as Batman discovers that Predator is not alone. Yep, that was the comic of Batman versus Predator. So yeah, we're gonna feature more of these somehow today. Next, we have Detective Comics. No, this is not it. I'm looking for the cover browser. So I know what issue I'm going to share to you guys. Nope, this is not it. Wait, let's share this. I'm looking for something. Nope, this is not it. Okay, 446. Okay, I'm sharing to you Detective 6. So one of my earliest comics was Detective Comics 446. This was released in 1975, April. It's there. The cover is by Jim Aparo. He's also the interior artist. Uh, Len Wein was a writer. So the story is Slaughter in Silver. Uh, Batman investigates the case of a skeleton found within a silver Batman statue and crosses swords with master criminal master criminal Sterling Silversmith. Uh, Plus the mystery of the flyaway car featuring Hawkman and Hawkgirl. So the first story is that Batman is on the run. The setting is accused of the murders of Talia Al Ghul and his father, the criminal mastermind Ra's al Ghul. So Lin Wen wrote this kind of moody, dark uh, detective story. We find a dejected Commissioner Gordon with no option but to issue a wanted dead or alive statement for the Cape Crusader. Irrespective of that, Batman continues his nightly patrols in his quest to prove his innocent, that his innocence. So he's interrupting a crime in progress. He encounters Sterling Silversmith, a crime gang lord who deals with smuggling silver. Escaping the trap that Silversmith has, him and Batman overcomes the crime boss and his thugs just as the police arrive. With Batman in sight, a police officer doesn't have it in him to fire, and Batman lives to star in another issue. Yeah. Now the backup tale is about Hawkman in the Mystery of the Flying Cars. A petty crook with a remote control device stashes ill-gotten goods in the boot of a car he broke into. Unfortunately for him, he chose a vehicle belonging to Carter Hall, alias Hawkman. Yep. The art of this backup is by Rich Buckler and Klaus Janson. So let's do. I think I'm looking for another comic book to share. No, this is really fun. Let's look at Marvel, a Marvel book. Hmm, what can I share for a Marvel? I'm looking for the Daredevil. Uh, I got it. Okay, okay. We have Daredevil, Marked for Death. Originally, this is a collection of Daredevil 159 to 164. And the the cover of the TPB dated March 13, 1990 is by John Romita Jr. So it started with Daredevil. Right, 159, where uh, there's no Slaughter gathers his men to take out Daredevil. Bullseye decides to strike at Hornhead through the Black Widow. The story is titled Marked for Murder. So there are notes here. At the end of the story, there's a one page. This is not. Uh, okay, that's Mark for Murder. The See the cover? Yep, that's Frank Miller and Joe Rubenstein art. Okay, then we have the part two was yep, uh, Daredevil in the Hands of Bullseye. The funeral of Maxwell Glenn. Bullseye captures Black Widow to flush Daredevil out. Then in the Daredevil 161, yeah, that's one heck of a art. Ben continues to dig into Matt's past. Daredevil takes on Bullseye and Slaughter's gang to rescue Black Widow. Yeah. Then we have an issue with Steve Dicto as artist. After absorbing a large amount of radiation while stopping a manufacturing meson reactor, Daredevil passes out and comes comes to with amnesia. He doesn't know who he is, but quickly realizes special powers and instinctively uses them to fight some criminals while in his street clothes, drawing the attention of a crooked boxing promoter, Mr. Heil, who takes him in to turn him into a prize fighter. When he refused to throw a fight, his trainer takes a bullet for it. Yeah. And Daredevil gains his memories and takes out Kyle and his goons and his pet leopard. Okay. Somehow this story is a fill-in. As readers were promised a Hulk story, which will appear in the next issue. And now we have, yep, there is this, the Hulk, Beware the Hulk. Is The story is called Blind Alley. While attending a party, Daredevil detects that the Hulk is loose in New York City. In his civilian attire, Matthew Murdock leaves his friend and approaches the Hulk. Matt co- coaxes the Hulk into turning him into his human alter ego, uh, Bruce Banner. Matt, Matt takes Bruce into his home and lets him rest. Later, Banner thus goes on his way to leave the city, thanking Matt Murdock for his help. Unfortunately, a chaotic and crowded subway agitates Banner enough to transform him back into the Hulk. Again, Daredevil confronts him only to be beaten and slapped away by the Jade Giant. Badly beaten, Daredevil realizes that he has done his part to stop the Hulk's rampage and should stop. But thinks to himself that he knows he can do more and that he would always know what he could have done more. To save the city, Daredevil tracks down and confronts the Hulk again. This time, Daredevil collapses from his beating. Rather than killing Daredevil, A confused Hulk leaps out of the city. Daredevil lays motionless as our story ends. So this is still part of Mark for Death. And the last part of the story, Ben uh, Ulrich has determined that Matt Murdock is the sightless adventurer, Daredevil. When Ulrich confronts Murdock, Matt recounts his childhood, the accident which gave him his powers, and later death of his father at the hands of the Fixer. And when he became and continues to be Daredevil. After recounting his story, Matt tells Ben that if he published his story, he can no longer be Daredevil. After some reflection, Ben burns his papers, so Matt Murdock's secret identity will remain a secret. Okay. So this is the first time that we saw uh, Matt's childhood in Hell's Kitchen. So he eventually moved back to the neighborhood and be the area's unofficial protector. Note that this is also Bollywood's last work for Marvel. That's a bit, uh, yeah. Yes, this is good. This is good. This was a good stream for me, and I hope to do more of these things, kind of things, in the near future. So, adios, everyone.